Hi, my name's Danny Brown and I'm the CEO of Myriad Real Estate Group. Today we're going to talk about the hidden costs of buying a new build. So the first thing to recognize when you're looking at new construction is the price that's advertised is often referred to as the base price. And so that is the entry-level cost to be able to purchase a home within that new build community. At that base price, the builder will include certain aspects of the construction. So every builder is going to be different in what's included with their base price. So it's always a good idea to ask and get that information up front. They should have it available to you on a printout of what is included with your home purchase. Now with most people, the base price or the entry level condition of that home is not good enough. And so you do what's called add upgrades. And so that's things like flooring, which is extremely expensive through a builder if you want to put something in other than carpet or small tile. Typically when you buy new construction, they put tile in all the wet areas, so your kitchen, entryway, and bathrooms and laundry room, and then the rest is carpet. Well, most people like having tile throughout, and so that gets very expensive. Other things are, not every builder puts ceiling fans in every single room. And in Phoenix, having ceiling fans in every single room is super important, especially in the summertime. Coax, having a cable outlet in every room. Lighting, just having enough recessed lighting throughout the house is an upgrade. There's structural upgrades that they do, having a covered patio, having hose bibs. Everybody really likes these giant sliding glass doors. That is a huge upgrade. That door sometimes runs around 15 grand to just have that slider in there. So on average, people end up spending somewhere in the vicinity of 10 to 20% of the base price in upgrades. So always take that base price and add another 10 to 20%. My advice when we're working with clients for new construction is design the house with every single thing you wanted, every bell and whistle, and then work backwards. So you're going to make a home, say it's priced at $500, you put every single bell and whistle in it, and all of a sudden now you're up at, let's say, $650, and you can't quite afford that. Start cutting things out and work backwards on stuff that you can live without. It is always going to be more cost effective to do some of these upgrades, not so much the structural upgrades, but cosmetic upgrades after closing in the future. The downside is you're living in the house when those things happen. But outside contractors are going to be more cost effective than the actual builder. Some other hidden costs are you're going to have lot premiums. So every lot is going to have a fee associated with it. So your standard lots are all going to have the same cost and you're still going to get charged a lot premium, but then your more desirable lots are going to have higher lot premiums. So is it on a cul-de-sac? Is it a corner lot? Does it back to a park? All of those things are going to cause that lot to be more expensive. And so you're going to have to get charged a lot premium in order for the desirability of that lot within the community. And I just did another video that we'll link to in the notes that talks about finding new builds. And in that I talked about how right now, because the market is so crazy, builders are only releasing a few lots at a time. And if your name is drawn and at that time, and if you don't like that lot, you go to the bottom of the list or you're just skipped. And so when those particular lots are released, they kind of force you to purchase only several different types of homes. So most builders will advertise, maybe 6 or 7 different types of homes or floor plans that you can purchase, but not every single home works on every single lot. The builder only wants to have so many homes on the same street that look the same. They only want to have so many 2 stories next to each other. So there has to be variety in the neighborhood. And even compounded on that, there's what's called elevations, and that's what the front of the house looks like. And so they'll only allow certain elevations so many times to appear on the same street. So builders are really dictating to buyers at this point on what they can build and how they can build it on each lot when it becomes available. Some other hidden costs to be aware of is when you close on new construction, you do get a front yard, so they do put landscaping there, but what they don't do is give you a backyard. So it's just dirt. And so it is your responsibility to put landscaping in there. And now some of the HOAs in these new build communities will actually put a timeline on when that needs to be done. So you just bought a very expensive home, you did upgrades that were 10 to 20% higher, and now you've got to landscape a backyard. And like all things right now, backyards and landscaping have gotten very expensive. Plants are pricey. And so that cost really needs to be factored in, and find out if the HOA is requiring you to do that within a certain timeline, because if you close on your house and you've got all these closing costs, and now you've got to spend money in the next 3 to 6 months to landscape a backyard, you may not have the funds to do all of that. Other things that builders don't include with the sale of the home that are going to cost you money oftentimes are window treatments. And so that can get very pricey, especially if you're doing more than just like faux wood blinds, and appliances. So refrigerators, washers, and dryers, again, there's supply chain issues. So order those ahead of time and even store them at your current home so that when your home is finished you can get those, but those items are pricey, and that needs to be factored into how much you're spending on new construction as well. And finally, your monthly payment. Mortgage rates are going up, so when you apply for a mortgage with a builder, they're going to quote you today's interest rate. You're not locked in that day. So you typically don't lock in until 30, 60 days prior to closing, and so you're a victim of whatever the market does. And right now we're in an environment where interest rates are going up, and they're going up quickly. So today, you could apply for your mortgage with the builder's lender and have a rate of 4%, but by the time your home is done, you could be at 5 or above, just depending on what rates do. So your monthly payment is not going to be based on what today's rates are, so you got to figure that into your overall cost as well. Now, I sound like I am beating up on new construction. I am absolutely a fan of new construction, and it can be a wonderful way to go to purchase homes, especially in this environment where it's really hard to find resale properties, but there are costs that you need to be aware of. And all of those costs need to be taken into consideration, because that eats into your overall equity in your home. And so that property needs to increase in value when it comes time for you to sell in order to cover those costs. So right now that hasn't really been an issue over the last couple of years because property values have been going up so fast. But in a normal market, it can take somewhere 3-5 years or more for the home to appreciate to cover all of those hidden costs from when you purchased it. So right now, not as important because home values are going up so quickly, but in a different market, definitely something to pay attention to. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was the hidden costs of purchasing new construction. Let us know if you have any questions or comments, and we will see you guys next time.